We are live. We are live. We are live. How's everybody doing tonight? Super Dave, what's going on, my man? Over there dropping the links as usual. Much appreciated, brother. And this link right here, you guys, is a Facebook page that's growing pretty good. We over 3,000 members already. And what's cool about this page is not only can you go in there and just read about reports and what people are doing and using. You can post your reports and pictures and what the fish are doing for yourself. Or if you got questions, you can make posts on there. And this turned out to be a pretty decent little page. We're keeping it pretty clean. Not a lot of advertisement. Any of the guides. Well, I'm right now. I'm the only guide that's posting on there, and I think it's just due to we push the guides to not only advertise. I mean, if you're going to come on there and talk about crappie fishing, let's talk about crappie fishing, and then you can advertise. But we want to know what worked for you, what depth, what's the water temp, how'd your day go, uh, and that's the way it should be. That type of information. I'll tell you the lake. I'm not going to tell you where I'm fishing and all of that, but I don't expect nobody to do that. But give the conditions that are working for you. And even with the people that come on and post, make it fun and enjoy it. There's Limits Tackle email and his Facebook page, and you guys need to get in contact with him for some of the absolute best baits that are on the market. I get to use these baits at least 2 to 3 trips. If I find a color and that color holds, they work really well. And if any of you guys would like to get out and take a trip with me, here's my contact information. And I will tell you, I can't afford a secretary. So if you call me, you may have to leave a message. And I advise that you just text me because there has been some voicemails that I've somehow skipped over. And it takes me a little bit longer to get back in contact with you. So I always advise at least texting, and we can get you on the books. There's Joey. What's going on, my man? He says, "Good evening, ladies and gents. Super Dave, SK, and Steve. I got my butt kicked today. Oh, you was out on the lake today. Lots of questions, but glad to be with everyone. We're glad you're here too, buddy. Well, let's talk about it. There's Craig. What's going on, my man? And Super Dave shouting at everybody. Who else we got here? There's Squiddo. Squiddo's on some private lake today. Well, I ain't gonna say it's private. I know it's a public lake, but he took off running from old Lake Houston. He didn't want to accept that challenge of getting on his local lake, so he went and caught him some crappie somewhere else. Squiddo, what's your report? How did you end up? Let us know something. Super Dave. There's JR. What's going on, my man? And JR says, SK, in these flood, muddy current conditions, what are the first three colors? Lemons tackle pink, diamond, hot white, black diamond, or what? JR, I don't ever let nobody pin me down on colors, and I think you know that. Uh, but I had a guy call me that lives on the lake, call me today, and we talked about that for a little bit. And I started off with pink diamond yesterday, and I had a couple fish stand up at it and turn away. And I say this with everybody that got live scope. Right now, you can see this, and it's like I always say, the reaction that these fish give you is the absolute most important. Well, the most important thing is being on top of fish with live scope. But the next thing is the reaction that fish gives you when you get that jig right there. Does he show you that he want to eat? Does he show that jig attention? Does he run away from it? What does he do? If he follows that jig up, he's telling you, "Hey, I would eat you, but I just don't want to eat that." But hot white and brown and muddy conditions is definitely high on the list of what I'm gonna try. Don't ever rule out orange. Don't. I mean, my concept with this thing is one, you can match the watercolor, or two, you can go against the watercolor, and that's the whole deal of it. But I've said this for several times. If you have live scope, watching the reaction of that fish is very, very important. And not only for the color, but for the action. And we had a very tough time yesterday because some of the fish, if we raised the jig away from them, they wouldn't aggressive enough to come and get it. But if we got their attention and left that jig there, they turn around and hit it. But I will say this: that hot white was definitely something that they would hit yesterday. Uh, and it shows. I mean, watching the reaction, and I say watching the reaction, so that's a big old cluster of things that you got to have right in order to be able to do that. If you're running your unit so hot, don't have it dialed in right, you can't tell. All you see is a blob, so you don't get to see how that fish really reacts. You just see a blob coming up. Uh, and so another thing too is having your unit dialed in to where you can see what that fish is doing. Uh, but hot white for sure, especially the way the lake is right now. I'm really looking forward to hearing what Joey has to say because I almost went today. But I think I was going to go to. I was thinking of going to Conroe over Houston, but neither one of them happened. So, Hutch, what's going on, my man? Super Dave. There's Ford. Thanks for joining us, Ford. Ford is a dedicated guy. I mean, he's always here. Really appreciate you joining us just about every single live. You're right here. Super Dave says, please be sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Much appreciated, Super Dave. There's Fahim. JR, I hope that answers your question. And this goes way back, man, because I'm going to tell you, even before there was anything known as live scope, there were people that were on me about jig colors. And I dedicated a full, well, I'll tell you this, it's called the colors to use throughout the season, but you don't get any colors. And it's my rule of, matching that watercolor, going against the watercolor, having light, bright, dark, natural. Those are all things that you got to have in your toolbox of what you're going to do. How do you change? I hope that answers your question. Yes, sir. There's Mike Jones. What's going on, my man? Desmond. This guy right here has been doing really good out there. I still hadn't had time to, I'm gonna tell you now. It's not that I hadn't had time. It's just that I don't think of it until I see your name of posting those pictures that he caught a right at 3 pound crappie on Lake Houston, 2.8 something I think. Really, really nice looking crappie. And I was supposed to have posted it on the page so everybody could see it. Hadn't did it yet. Oh, and by the way, I got one pack of jigs that I can't find who won them. Somebody won them. I don't know who, and they evidently didn't send me an email. So they may go back up on the block if I can't figure out. And I'm gonna tell you now, I've had in the past, I've had people hit me up on Facebook. I've had people send me a text. I've had people, you know, all kind of things other than sending me an email. That is the way I track these packages is by email. But all of the ladies, you guys have your jigs on the way. And there was one guy, I forget his name, but there's one guy that has his jigs on the way. Quentin, what's going on, my man? So I'm almost current, other than that one person. Yes, sir. Joey says JR Hot White was the only thing that got any attention today, and I tried several colors, both plastic and hand ties. Bite shut completely off at 10 a.m. for me. And It's just that time of year, man. I'm gonna tell y'all. I've been saying this for several years. Is that the spawn is my least favorite time of year, and throughout the year that they will shut off, and there ain't nothing you can do to get their attention. And I've seen it, but these fish can be very finicky. They move a lot during their spawn season. It's getting ready to be postponed. A lot of people thinking that it is postponed. And for some of the fish, it is because some of the females are done that I'm seeing, but there is still a lot of females that I'm seeing that's still packing eggs. There's still some males. I hadn't past 2 or 3 years. I hadn't been on a strong male bite, but the females is what I basically judge by right now, and there's still a lot of them with the eggs. Slick, what's going on, my man? Appreciate you for hanging with us, brother. Rick, what's going on? There- There's fishing 14. What up, Crappie family? Been a while since I visited the live. Missed you all. Finally been out, caught a few good crappie last week. Well, congratulations, man. Catching crappie right now, especially down. I'm not sure if you're in. I think you're in Texas. I think you're in. No, I'm not sure where you are, but here in Texas, man, we've been getting hammered with rain, and we had 3 inches Monday, and tomorrow morning is supposed to start back up anywhere from 2 to 7 inches is what they're predicting. So we're gonna get hammered again. So how did last week on the live? I've got Steve in right now. Let me get Steve added in. What's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Oh, pretty good.
Good, 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 good.
Just so y'all know, Steve been up there hammering the crappie up there on one of his lakes up
Yeah,
there,
trying. Getting back at them.
making up, huh?
Yep, yep.
That's what's up. Slap B, what's happening? I got a fly I've been trying to
Hey,
kill.
Super Dave.
I hadn't killed him yet. I'm
Oh,
trying to kill that joker flying right in my face now. Jeff, what's going on, my
hey,
man?
Jeff.
I know that there's been more people out other than Joey. Who else has been out on their lakes? Steve, what's your story?
Hot white. That
You
thing,
killing them
that's
on
the
hot
only
white
thing
too,
I've
huh?
been using. Yep.
Cool,
I'm on my third limit with the same bait. Yep. Inch and a half split tail on
cool.
a number six steel head. Yep. And it's just, I'd have to change it, you
Yeah,
know.
that's what's up. Well,
I had to
Jarvis,
reposition it one time, but
yeah,
it's still
yeah,
going.
yeah. It's like I say all the time. You may have to change sides with it where that hook comes
Yep,
out, but
yep,
hey, those baits go.
yep.
So I just got through talking. Jr. asked me what was my top three baits in these flooding and muddy conditions on Lake Houston. So I know Jarvis probably or Jarvis. I think that's the way you pronounce his name. Just asked what's my go-to crappie bait. I will tell you this is limits tackle baits,
Mhm.
and there's a ton of colors. But as of right now, we're catching them down here on hot white. Steve is catching them in
Yep,
North Texas on hot white. Is it my go-to bait? It is right now.
yep.
It is right now.
I always have it on one rod.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, sir. What depth were you getting them up there?
12 to 16. Yeah, and I just looked for some new stuff last trip yesterday,
Cool.
and I just started in 15 foot of water and started scanning and found about three things and stopped at three and finished my limit out.
Wow.
So next time I'll go and I'll start from that last one brush pile I found and start going further and find some more because they weren't there a couple of years ago, so
Yeah,
they're
that's
pretty
how you
new.
learn a lake.
Yep, yep,
A lot of people they'll find a couple of little spots and they just kill it.
yep.
They
You
don't.
got to put the work in. That's number one.
Yep.
And then you enjoy the work.
Exactly. If
Yep,
one don't work, guess what? You got
yep,
500 more.
yep.
You got
Exactly.
you got options instead
Yep.
of
You can spend
because
a
they're
whole
not going.
day and get 30 good,
Yep.
structure.
Yep. because
Yep.
that one spot's not gonna always be hot.
Nope.
You
Nope.
got to have
Someone
options.
might have just came off of it,
Yeah.
and you don't know that.
Yep. Yeah, Jerry said that he's been on some good fish up there. Said his lake has finally got dirty again, so he said no more finicky fish.
Oh, cool.
But I'll tell you this: that when that water first turned, that color change, that first couple of days, man, those fish are super finicky from what I've seen. But yes, after they get used to it, they're not as spooky, without a doubt. Y'all's water temp in the 60s or 70s up there?
78.
What?
Yeah, that's what I read last week. Yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, I took a picture of it. Let me see. 78.
I
Yeah, I
think
was surprised.
y'all are hotter than we are then.
But it ain't a deep lake. Maybe that's why.
Oh, does it have color to it?
Just a little. Not really. Let me see.
Jigs up says fish finally moved into our dock. 15 nice ones early, but would only hit shad. I netted this morning. Well, that's what's up.
I was in 10 foot of water and it was 78 degrees.
Wow.
This was at noon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite sure the water warmed up
Yeah.
down. Well, we got so much moving water now, it may not have. But it got hot down here. I think it was 92,
Today
90.
was hot. Yeah, today was hot.
It was hot.
It was about 90. I think it was supposed to get 95 today. I don't know if I know it got 93 when I checked. It was
Yeah,
around 2 something today.
yeah. Super Dave said he had the same response from his fish last couple weeks.
Okay, Gray
Said a
Ghost
gray
came in.
ghost.
Yep.
That's what's up. Good to hear that you've been getting out, Super Dave. Joey said the crappie was super spooky today, and it got worse as the weather got warmer. Yep.
Oh,
And the thing is that I will tell you this: Tuesday, the morning started off with some northwest wind, and that sun was 2 hour back, and that wind was a lot higher than what they were predicting. And I could see that the shadow of my boat was spooking all the fish. I had a 14-foot rod in my boat. I almost pulled it out to see if it would help. Uh, and it made a big difference when that wind changed. When that wind changed and the sun wasn't to our backs, the fish were nowhere near as spooky.
hmm.
But that's like I said, first couple of days of that fresh mud, that fresh water in that lake, man, it changes those fish.
Yeah.
They turn really, really spooky.
Yeah, I didn't even use my brakes the last 2 trips.
Oh wow.
I didn't even drop them. That's how
Man.
it was quick. That's
Yeah.
how intense it was. I don't want to even go back there and waste the 3 minutes it takes.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Huh.
I was just on them.
Yeah.
Basically,
So
every drop, I had a fish.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Super Dave, that's a ticket, man. And it's like I say, whenever you have when you can see that those fish that they're telling you, hey, I will eat, but I'm just not gonna eat what you offer me. If you just
Right.
take the time to change those colors, you will find a color that they will definitely eat. That's the way it works, especially using live scope.
Yep.
There's Miss Stephanie.
Hey, Miss Stephanie.
A little late, but I'm here. That's what's up. Thank you for joining us. Craig said caught a few crappie last weekend. Used your white blue and just white.
Yep. That all white hand tie is good too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, sir. All good colors. Really good colors.
Yeah, but I'm gonna start doing some bluegill fishing probably in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. I
So
seen one of them kayak guys, C&B went out there. He hammered a nice little sack.
yeah, I
Bluegill
saw that.
Bluegill hit him a nice little sack. Not the fish, but the guy that's usually on the live with us, LBG. He hit him a nice sack. So, Kingfish, what's going on, my man?
Hey, kingfish.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Miss Stephanie. So she just hit that thumbs up.
Cool.
Much appreciated.
I'm gonna hit mine right now.
Joy said they sniffed pink diamond but weren't interested. They completely ignored the gray plastic and I had some even run away from the hand ties I tried.
Oh wow.
I also had to be really stealthy with the approach. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm not for sure of the longest rod that you have, but I will tell you that 14 footer helps a lot.
Right. Staying away from them.
Yep. In that situation, getting a using a longer rod,
Yep.
and with the way this weather's been, much rain as we've been getting, I just been leaving that 14 inside my boat. I hadn't had to whoop it out but a few times, but it's always good to have it when you need it. There's Fred. What's going on, my man?
Hey Fred.
Slick giving
Slick,
shout
what's
outs.
happening?
Ticks were bad, so didn't fish long. Ticks were bad. Wow,
Oh wow.
already? Wow. Craig said he wanted them. No, you didn't. So I got one pack of baits that I can't find who want them, and I'm almost. I think I can remember that they did not email me. So yes, ma'am, Miss Stephanie. Haven't gotten them yet. Yeah, no, it'll be a few days. 2 or 3 days
All
probably.
my
They'll be
stuff's
there.
mailed, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm caught up.
Uh-oh. Murdoch said he ain't got nothing to report. Hadn't been on the water. My mom place got hit by a oh wow.
Oh man.
Hopefully she's okay.
Yeah.
Uh Disaster. I'll be over there on all my off nights getting her
Man.
cleaned up. Man, hopefully there wasn't
Yeah.
any, damage to her. I mean, that's the main thing. All the material stuff can be repaired and replaced, but man, so that's bad. Man, it's been some bad weather, dude.
Oh yeah.
That weather's been whew. There's been some strong tornadoes hitting,
Yep. Yep.
here lately. Miss Stephanie says she caught a good one last weekend.
All right.
Yeah, it's just not consistent right now. It's not going to be consistent until
Yeah.
this spawn is over. Yeah, no doubt, Super Dave.
Yeah. Everything I caught spawned out. I
Really?
ain't caught nothing with that.
Well,
Yeah.
that if that lake water temp 78,
Yeah.
it's yep. Rick W. Yeah. No, I mean it's just
Super
I,
Dave.
I I hope that never happens here. I just hope it never happened to anybody. But
Yeah.
man,
Rick W. What's up, man? How's the
yeah.
fishing down there? Hey Ford.
Joy said, "Congrats on the multiple
Yeah.
limits,
Appreciate it,
Steve."
man. Just have to put that work in, man.
Yep,
I put the work in last year for the last couple trips.
that's right.
I'm just getting my reward.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey,
Appreciate it,
limits of
JR.
crappie, Steve, this week. Yep.
Thanks, man.
And Stephanie says, tough on all lakes here, very sporadic bites. But one thing that I've been seeing too is these fish, if that especially Lake Houston, we got three main rivers that feed that lake, and if they're dumping water in that lake, man, you got to find the eddies, you got to find the slack water areas, and if you can find the ones that have a little bit more clarity than the main lake is what really helped me Tuesday when I was out there, and we got on some really nice. And I've seen this years for years when the what when the conditions are not perfect. I've seen that the big fish feed better then. High wind, it could be raining, lots of current. Man, those big fish are out there. You just got to find the areas they want to be. I catch more big fish uh, when the conditions are not good at all. It's just like when I caught my 3 pound. Man, that wind was 25 to 30 mile an hour during a tournament when I caught my 3 pounder off of Lake Houston. little old bitty Lake Houston. And so you know, I don't like fishing when it's muddy, super muddy, fresh mud. But man, I'm gonna tell you, if you find that right spot, right area, you can catch some really, really good fish. And I'm talking on Lake Houston. And same way with Lake Conroe. I made a trip up there. Was it been a week and a half or so ago, Steve? I was up there,
Right. Yeah.
and I got on a good set. I could have easily limited out on crappie. Found a pretty good bite, and again, just out of the current. And at north end of that lake was super muddy. I
Right.
mean, super muddy. Fishing 14 season in Missouri. Been getting a lot of rain too. A lot of them spawning deep. Lakes are high, catching on bright colors and shad colors when bite slow. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you
Yep.
sharing what you're seeing up there. That's super nice right there. But yeah, man, that rain. I mean, it's just every week.
Hmm.
Miss Stephanie says she caught her fish in 4 foot of water.
Oh wow.
That's what's up. Damien, what's going on, my man?
Hey,
What's up,
Damien.
brothers and sisters of the hook? I went out today, current still moving swiftly. I caught a lot of 10-inch with the limits tackle hat white. Also, the big fish are dug in the mud or close to structure.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you, brother.
Yep. Yep.
Good to hear that you got out there and,
Yeah.
and got on them.
Yeah. They're hot weight. It's no joke.
Yes, sir. Stephanie said no limit there, though.
Yeah.
But I bet you enjoyed your day. It's not. Yeah, and I can't tell you the last time. No, I take that back. Here recently, I kept a limit, but I had a fish fry. But here lately, man, I get me 6 or 7 fish, and that I want that fresh, never frozen.
Yep.
It is so much better. A lot of people don't see or say that they don't see a difference, but I see a big difference. Joey said the water temp today on Houston was 70. Well, might as well right at 77.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joey. Miss Stephanie said their water temps around 71.
Okay. Yeah. The first day I went, I showed up at the lake. It was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And
Oh
people were like,
wow.
man, you're going at 4 o'clock. It don't get dark till 8:30.
Yeah, yeah,
That's 4 hours.
that's right.
Yep. And then the
Fishing.
next day, I think I showed up at 10. Next day.
Okay, in
Yeah.
the morning.
Yep. And the bite was good both times. It didn't
Nice.
matter. I don't think
Yeah,
it matters. You're just trying to beat some of the jet skis and stuff in the morning.
yeah,
That's the only good thing.
yeah. Even during the week,
Tuesday, that the parking lot was full, and I couldn't believe it yesterday. I'm like, man, are people
was it
working?
was it fishermen or just people ripping and running?
I didn't see that many boats. I saw maybe 4 boats on the water, so I
Oh
don't even
wow.
know where everyone was.
Huh.
Yeah, but there was a couple sailboats out there I noticed.
Uh huh.
So I don't know if they're practicing or something.
Yeah.
713, yeah, just shoot me a message, man.
That's what's up. Black Smoke, what's up, my man?
Black Smoke, what's up?
Super Dave still dropping the links over there if any of you guys need to
Yep,
get in contact
appreciate it.
with Steve. Okay, Miss Stephanie said they got very clear water, 6 to 7 foot or more visibility.
Oh wow.
Wow, caught on pumpkin, green pumpkin.
Hmm.
Huh,
Yeah, that's a good
man.
bass color.
Yeah. J Dub, what's going on, my man?
J Dub, what's happening?
Said good evening, guys. Went out to Sardis last Thursday. Had a rough day, one keeper and several shorts. Tough time finding fish. Wow.
Hmm.
Have y'all been getting a lot of rain up there, J Dub?
Yes,
Well,
I just a big lake.
what was your conditions there? What was your water temp also? Yep, Miss Stephanie said they've gotten a lot of rain and everything is still clear. Wow. Wish we could have some of that stuff down here. I could use some clear water right now. I promise you that. JR say if the weather forecast is right, after the rain next 2 days, they forecast winds from 10 to 20, 15 to 25 the rest of the month.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean that's just what it's been all year so far. Seemed like 2024 hit and it's just been rain or wind, rain or
Yep.
wind.
Yep.
Yep, it's telling me that I'm having a tough time trying to keep my schedule up. But we're having some decent days out there in between. Chat Jock, what's going on, my man? Say last two trips caught probably 200 crappie, 116 keeper slabs, and four shell cracker, 1.5 pounds on a 30-second gray ghost.
Cool.
That's what's up, man.
Yep.
That's some catching right
Oh
there.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Miss Stephanie say it must be tough everywhere. You know,
Yeah.
North Texas got so many lakes, and Steve, they've been getting a lot of rain too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you pick that lake that don't have an
Yeah.
inlet, and I don't think the lake that you're fishing has it don't
Yeah.
have
It
like
has
a
a creek.
river
Yeah.
that
It's
has a
on the.
creek that flows
I'm
into it.
fishing the opposite side of the lake.
Okay,
Yeah. I'm fishing away from it.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you think it affects the water clarity when it rain a lot?
Yeah. Up in that end, it does.
Oh, just the
Yeah.
north end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Next time I go there, I'm gonna cruise. I wanted to cruise up there because I think that's where some of the boats are.
Yeah.
But I'm
Well,
gonna cruise up there just
I
to check
like
it
staying
out.
away from the boats.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like
'Cause I
staying
like
away
just going exploring and see how the water looks up there.
Yeah, but I'm willing to bet those
Yeah.
fish are probably still spawning there.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet. They're probably in that creek or
Yeah.
wherever that creek
Then we got
is.
4 or 5 lakes that are closed because 'cause they're too high. You can't even
Wow.
launch, yeah.
Yeah. That's probably another reason why there's so many boats there too.
Yeah, yep, yep.
Yeah.
Because all
'Cause
the lakes in that area, you can't fish because 'cause they're
yeah,
closed.
y'all got a lot of guides up there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm willing to bet if that
Yep.
lake is one of the few that's open,
They'll
they
start moving
probably
there. Yep.
yep, they pounding it. What's going on, Wayne?
Hey, Wayne.
Larry say a friend and I are between 50 and 60 people crappie tomorrow night. Okay. Think he's saying that they.
They're gonna cook for 50 and
Oh,
60
okay.
people.
A friend and I are cooking maybe between 50 and 60.
Yeah, people. Crappie.
Yep.
Yeah, he's feeding
That's
them.
what's
Yeah,
up.
that's good.
Damien says the normal brush pile have been washed away. So many next trip. Yep. We'll
New
be
piles,
scouting
yeah.
new ones. Yeah. Lake Houston's a brand new lake when it comes to structure.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless it's a stump that's just dug real deep in there. But I would say this: what got washed away got replaced. There's five to that one that got washed away,
Right.
and that's another reason that makes Lake Houston super tough to fish. Man, there's so much uh, structure in that lake. It don't have standing. I mean, a couple of areas of standing timber, but it has so much underwater stumps and laydowns. I mean, it's just stuff everywhere.
That's funny. Gravitate.
To them fancy Ranger boats.
They try to run away. I try to chase them. They know what's coming.
713 say he's chasing bluegill this weekend.
Oh, that's cool. That's what's up. What
That's
lake?
what's up.
I was just curious. What state's he in? 713 fishing.
I'm not sure.
I wonder if that's his YouTube channel.
Al Booster, what's going on, my
Hey,
man?
Al Booster, what's up, man?
Chat Jock. Oh, and like you said, those two trips were 25 to 30 mile per hour winds,
Yep.
white caps. Yep.
It was a north wind yesterday, but it wasn't too bad. They kept it cool out because it was in the
Yeah.
90s.
Murdoch says, thanks. Mom's fine. It's just the damage she had virgin pines everywhere, and they are on the ground. Tied in knots, root balls the size of a pickup. Gonna have to rent some heavy equipment.
Oh man.
Yeah. Craig says no pictures last weekend. Didn't keep any, but will next time. That's what's up. We'll let you make it this time, but we
Yep.
need some
Yep.
pictures next time. Yeah, I'm telling you, Rick, there is a difference. Yeah, a lot of people say that they don't see it, but I'm telling you, I much rather fresh never frozen right now. Danny, what's going on, man?
Hey,
Says late,
Danny.
but good evening, fishing family. Thank you for
Yep.
joining
Yep.
us. There's Wayne.
Did you get the
Did you get
hail?
the hail? Very small. It was only like a little over pea size here. We got it 3 or 4 times. Here, I'm just hoping it stays small if
Yeah.
we do get it,
Yep.
man. That hail is a man. It's tough. Mr. Fahim says, yeah, at Wayne, hail damage to SUV estimated at 6K,
Oh man.
6 grand. Yeah, I can't stand having a vehicle with hail damage. I just
Yep.
cannot stand it. J Dub says, had several storms the previous night and water temp was mid 70s. Okay, okay. Yeah, that fresh water, man, I'm telling you, it can be so tough out there.
Yep.
It can be really tough. Yeah, I was out yesterday with the trip, and I'm talking 4 or 5 times. I was like, man, I don't know. We probably just gonna have to reschedule this trip because I'm not seeing what I want to see.
Right.
And I it snapped. Whoa, well, the current is bad. Let me check this spot. The current is bad. The mud line is here. Let me check this spot. And finally, I found an area that had some good fish, and we got on them pretty good. And that was their first time ever being on a boat,
Oh
and
wow.
their first time ever catching crappie the size. I was telling them, say, hey man, a lot of people tell me that they thought that I was doing something funny with those pictures that I post on the web. I was like, man, no, this is what it is. They were so excited catching. They got like 3 fish that I didn't weigh them, but I'm willing to bet just me holding that fish, they were 2+ pounders. Really good fish, and they had a blast out there.
Hey, B
B
Dennis.
Dennis, up SK, and Big Steve.
Yep. Yep. He just got him a Ranger a few months ago.
Oh man,
Yeah.
congratulations! In North Texas.
Yep. I think he's around Denton. Up no, it's up North Dallas.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he got access to a bunch of lakes
Yeah.
too.
Yep.
JR say hit that thumbs up, y'all.
Yep. Hit mine. I think we had 39,
I'd
40.
much I'd really appreciate it. Al Booster says I was fishing at bass tournament last Saturday and caught about a dozen crappie around cypress trees on spinner baits, chatterbaits, and 3 to 4 inch paddle tail swim baits in 2 to 4 feet of water.
Man.
So you know what they were up there doing.
Yep. Yep.
You know what they were up there doing. Oh, the 713 fish like Conroe.
Oh, okay.
That's super cool.
Cool.
That's super cool.
Yep.
Fishing 14 says caught my biggest fish on the more windy days. Yep, bass, crappie,
Yep.
and catch. 2024 in Missouri. Either rain or high to gusty winds on water. Yep. 713.
Yep.
That's super cool to see people that fish the lakes down here on here. It's really cool. Larry says
Yeah.
cooking crappie for
Yep.
50 people
Yep.
plus
Yep.
people. I mean, that's what's up. Yeah, we sort of figured it out.
Yeah.
Chasing bluegill and Conroe. SK knows where. Yeah, I almost went today. I'm talking about I was so close to going today. It was unreal. Craig said I put your hot white jig on a beetle spin. Worked pretty good.
Oh, cool. That's pretty cool. as a tail. What you call it?
Like
Uh,
a spinner bait, almost
yeah,
like a spinner bait, the beetle spin.
yeah. What they call it when you put it on the back of the bait? I forgot.
What's that?
When you put like a plastic on the back of a
Trailer.
yeah, trailer. Yep, 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 trailer.
Yeah, very much, very possible, Joey. 713 is another way of saying 713.
Yep,
Very possible. I'm actually caught up on the comments. I can't
yep.
believe it.
How you liking them brakes, Joey? I was just curious.
Yep, that's what it is. 713.
Yep.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't going to storm tomorrow. I should have went today, but I was beat up. I needed a day off today. I was beat up. Miss Stephanie says same here. Fishing 14, rain and wind up to 42 miles an hour. Yes, we were fishing with winds that high. Weather forecast forgot to predict that.
Man.
Hey, I tell you what, that's a perfect way of saying that. I've never heard it put
Yep.
that way, but they forgot. And I'll tell you, just like yesterday, they had the wind predicted at 5 to 7 mile an hour. And I told Jr. this morning, I said, yeah, they forgot to put the two in front of that 5 and 7.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
But I will say this: the weather has been so unpredictable that if I were them, if they really wanted to tell the truth, they would say we just don't know. It might do this and it might not. It might do this or it might do that. But I know that they're having a tough time because the I mean it's just like tomorrow. Most of that stuff that we gonna get tomorrow is just gonna pop up on top of us. So how do you predict that when a storm is just going to build up on top of you? It's not like a front. I mean, there is a system coming through, but it's not showing rain right now.
Right.
Do you use a slip bobber for those bluegills? I try not to use a slip bobber ever, and the reason why I say that is you'll miss a lot of bites with a slip bobber. Uh, I use a fixed float and I use enough weight to make that float stand up. So if my bait is slowly falling down and the fish hit it, and I'm watching it for how long it's taking to stand up, if I know that it hadn't stood up when it's supposed to, something's not right.
Right.
But for a slip bobber, I mean, it's that fish could hit that thing, and it's just so many instances where you will not see the bite on a slip float. So the only time I'd use a slip float is if I'm fishing deeper water than the length of my rod. If
Right.
I can't cast with the fixed float, then I'll use a slip float, and that's very rare. Very rare. Joey said those brakes are a game changer.
Cool. Cool.
Super Dave dropping my business line and my email. If any of you guys need to get in contact with me, feel free to do so. You can also come out and do a trip with me, and I think I share pretty decent information and also put you on a good sack of fish. Craig says I am going to use a slip bobber with night crawlers and jigs.
Oh, cool.
Cool. Chris, what's going on, my man? Gonna link my to units tomorrow and try to run between waypoints for a couple hours.
Oh, sweet.
Had to force a couple weeks, but not linked up yet. Yeah, I hadn't
Cool.
linked mine up yet either.
Yeah, I never link. I don't use the go-to feature. I just drive there. I
Yeah.
like to be under control
Yep.
because I've seen people use it, and there's a big stump in and that thing will just nail that stump
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't know. It's just
Yeah.
going what you just told it.
Right. Yeah, it goes straight line.
Yep.
It goes straight line without a doubt. 713 says I actually caught a lot of bluegill last year vertical jigging. Yep, you can. Yep, with live scope.
Yep.
Yep, without a doubt. Miss Stephanie says you're so right, SK. We figured if we waited for low winds, we wouldn't be fishing it any yet.
Yep.
Yep, we've only been 5 trips so far, but we could only go weekends because of work.
Yeah.
Hey, go when you can go. That's
Yep.
what I was a weekend warrior for several years, and it is what it is. Joey says use them not only to stop but back up. It helps. Yep, without a doubt. Joe, he said y'all get on the boat with SK. He says, oh, and it's also time to like and subscribe. Thank you, Joey. Much appreciated, brother. Much appreciated. Chris says all instructions say update units first, and I just got that done.
Cool.
Awesome. Speaking of units, man, I ended up having to send my 1243 back to Gorman.
Oh, you mailed it already?
Yeah, I haven't sent it off today. And that's what forced me to get to the post office to go ahead
Hmm.
and man, I'm gonna tell you, it's something about me. I won't mind. You know, I bought that unit brand new, and then the one that I got coming back is a refurb unit.
That's what they
Even
said.
though, yeah, yeah, they say it's like new, so I'm hoping that
Yeah.
it's, I take care of, especially my electronics. I take care of them
Yeah.
pretty good.
Did they give you a tracking on the on coming back
Yeah,
or not yet? Okay.
not yet. Yeah, well, I got the tracking number, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
doubt if anything has happened yet. So,
Right.
but they got to receive the one that I'm sending in before they. I didn't pay it.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, I don't need it in a rush. So
Right.
I think they said like take like 6 days. So
Okay.
it's not bad. Tommy, what's going on, my man?
Hey, what's happening, Tommy?
Hey guys, all Kansas weather this spring is horrible, but successful using Steve's hand ties, Gray Ghost.
Oh, cool, man.
That Gray Ghost
Yep.
is a is a
Yep.
awesome little bait.
Yeah.
Craig says I'm ready for some gills. They were squirting last weekend. Yep. It's about that time that they gonna be super hot and heavy. Uh, I just hadn't been able to get at them real strong. I have had a couple trips where we got on some really nice ones, but I'm not. They're not ready for to be guided over yet. Is I
Right.
guess I'm gonna say. But I can tell you this: go out there just like with the crappie. You can put some work in and jump
Yeah.
area to area and still end up with a really good sack of fish of bluegill. Yeah, LBG did a really good trip the other day and had some really nice ones in the mix. Tommy says, agree, guys. You have to get out with SK. Show you a few things. I'd appreciate it. Tommy, thank you for the compliment. You know what? I try to share with, especially the guys that got boats and got live scope or plan on getting live scope, man. I try to give them the information that they need to. It's just like with Joey. Joey changed from Lawrence active target to live scope. His first trip out there, he put some slabs in the boat, and he only did one trip with me. And I think I shared some good. But on top of that, also he asked some really good questions while we were out there,
Right.
and that makes a big difference too.
Didn't he have a pole also? He took it
He
off
had
the
a
pole.
pole
Yep.
with left.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
can't call him a pole dancer no more.
And
He
then
left.
yeah, then he converted to Garmin.
Yep, he left the
Yep.
pole and got his transducer on the troll motor and
Yep.
got brakes, and he's using his boat control and dropping that jig right on top. And this is what it really takes to fish Lake Houston. These fish, they do not chase your bait from 2 foot away like some of these easy lakes some people fish. So yes, you can hit spot lock, 7, 8 foot from that fish, and as long as you get that jig 2 foot from that fish, he's gonna see it and come and chase it. But down here, man, there are sometimes we're having to put that jig in these fish eye, poke them in the eye for a little bit before they before you get their attention. Steve does them breaks hold back the pole dancer. Uh-oh. 713 says he's still trying to dial in his 8610.
Okay, cool, man. Good unit.
Yep, the 8610 is pretty. All the 86 series
Yep.
are good. 713, we'll probably hook up one day out there. I can show you a thing or two on that unit. Joey says I took an opportunity to do some scouting today. I went back to an old area that was lost when I first moved, or when the flood moved the timber out. I found out today there was new structure there again. Yep.
Cool.
Yes, sir. Yeah, there's some stuff. I've been trying to stick around and not run too much right now because man, I've been seeing some big logs. I mean,
Damn.
you could just see the top of it sticking up out, from up under the surface, and especially with the rain that we've been having, this water levels been a little bit high, and man, somebody's gonna cream some of that stuff, and it ain't gonna be pretty. So I haven't been running a lot of areas since this flood, but there's a lot of stuff out there, man. I
Damn.
mean, a lot. Areas that didn't used to be, it is, and areas that did used to be ain't. But there's a lot of stuff that got moved around. Craig Rue says when that pole dancer reaches for the pole and hits the brake, it will throw him out of the boat.
Damn.
Yeah, he ain't got to reach for that pole right now. Yep. SK, have you or Steve used your Gorman SI much? Yes, I do.
Yeah, yeah, I've used it.
When it comes to searching, I'm
Yep.
missing my bird. What? Come on now.
Yeah, it worked. We fishing for bluegill. We'd use it.
I feel that Gorman's SI. I mean, it's pretty comparable to Humminbird. There's a few little tweaks that you can do to it that'll help it, but not it don't take much. It don't take much. But with all the rain that I want to try to put a little bit more information out there with the topic that I uh talked about or put on this video. Uh, we've already talked about it a little bit, but man, I'm gonna tell you, do not overlook that shallow water. Uh, and getting out of that current is a must. Uh, what I've seen is, and we've talked about this already too, that hot white is just it's what they're wanting right
Yep.
now. Uh, and but don't like I said too, don't go out there and this hot white is a definite, because don't I mean there are no magic colors. You have to be open minded with those colors. You have to be open minded. You have to be open minded. 713 says yes. Oh, SK, I've been fishing the John boat with the long tail. Oh, okay, yeah, motor. I done added a kayak to my arsenal now. That's super cool, man.
Oh,
I know who
cool.
you are now. I had to think about like 713,
Yep.
713. I knew I've seen that name before. It's been a minute since you've been on here with us though, but I know you used to come on all the time. So,
Yep.
but you mentioning that long tail motor, I know who you are now. Yes, sir. Murdoch says I may need to play with the color. I just been using the factory settings and I ain't impressed.
Yeah, you have to clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, you talking about the SI Murdoch?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Jeff says any live broadcast on the lake in the future. Yeah, we'll be doing some more here
yeah. I
soon.
should have done one last trip.
Yeah.
So I'm
It's
gonna
it's
see
a lot of
yeah.
fun doing
Yeah,
that, but and it shows the struggle. I
yep,
mean, it's not go out there, not all the time, man, and it's not always a struggle. But especially the lakes down here, it
yeah.
is not pull up to a brush pile and you see 200 fish down there. It is not like
Yeah, I
that.
finally got my tripod, I'm gonna test it out.
Cool. How many fish would you guesstimate that on average that you on most of the lakes up there? Do you see 10 or 15 fish?
On, structure,
Yeah,
yeah, it all depends. Some of them have 3 or 4, some of them have 50.
yeah,
It all depends.
man. I,
Off
I,
a
I
creek bed, you know what I mean?
yeah, I've
Sometimes they'll
like
be on it, sometimes they'll be 20 feet off of it.
yeah, but they're in a school.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, yeah. So
Like
we don't have.
like I took a couple live scope videos. Yeah, some of them were 50, and then some
Yeah.
the real nice ones I found, there was probably 12
Okay.
nice ones on there.
Uh
Yeah,
huh. Yeah, we don't. Well, I think our fish down here are antisocial. They just do not school up, man. They,
all
you
right.
know, you pull up to a pile and they got 5 or 6 fish on it. You've done something.
Mm,
You have done something. Yep. Damien says, "How can you change the frequency on the screen? I want to try to get a cleaner picture." I don't think it's the frequency. Unless you've changed it, I'd roll with the setting that's on there. But I can't. Man, it's been so long since I've messed with my side imaging. I just don't remember. There's a interference. There's a interference setting. There's it's like the brightness of it, but they call it something else. I forget the name of it. There's only like 2 or 3 settings that you need to mess with on Gorman SI to clean it up really good. I'll have to get Damien hit me up, man, and well, I'm not sure when I'm gonna be back on my boat, but man, hit me up and keep it on my mind. And we'll talk about that. I need to. I'll check on that because, like I say, I set my unit, and that's one of the things that with this side imaging. I mean, once you get it pretty much set dialed to your eyes, you pretty much don't have to use it
all
or,
right.
or mess with your settings anymore. Unlike back in the day with Humminbird, I'd continuously play with my unit. If it was summertime, the water temps was really hot, I'd had one little setting. If the water temp was cold, I'd be able to run my unit a little bit hotter. Uh, and the Gorman, I hadn't seen that it's like that. So I haven't played. I don't, I turn my SI on just about every time I'm at the console, but I don't ever mess with my settings. JR says, SK, I did some scouting Tuesday in shallow areas and marked some structure. That's what it takes.
Cool.
That's what it takes. Putting that work in. Putting that work in. Tommy says he has a question. With the high water on Houston, will the fish set up on new areas when it comes back down, or will they go back on their typical areas? Uh, man, that's hard to say. I think it all depends on the water levels and where they are preferring the depth they're preferring to hold. Uh, One thing that I found yesterday is there was bait everywhere. So bait don't determine it. But what I do feel that was a determining factor yesterday was just a slight clearer water and out of the current. Uh, and man, I can't Tommy, my thing is when I get to that lake, I got a big old question mark on my forehead. And a lot of people don't understand the concept that I see of having an open mind. And my thing is, when I get to that lake, I'm gonna move until I find fish, and once I find fish, I'm gonna change whether it's the way I approach them, or the action, or the color of baits, the size of baits, the weight of the bait. All that stuff make a big difference.
Oh,
So I'm gonna change that stuff once I do find an area with some fish. But the first thing is moving until you find fish. There's so many videos I've done years before live scope that you'd hear me say, you got to move, move, and move, 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 and move, and it's so important. Yeah, Murdoch says, yeah, it was SI. Okay, and we'll talk. We'll talk. I mean, y'all keep that on my mind, and we'll get some settings together and we'll talk about it one night.
appreciate it, Billy Dennis.
Yep. Joey says 50 fish on structure. I think 5 is the record on Houston.
Man,
Yes, sir. Greg says taking 4 steers to the locker in November and 3 3/4 sold.
cool.
I am keeping a quarter for myself. Man,
Hey,
that's
Craig, how much
awesome
you
right there.
charge for your beef? I was just curious. How much hanging weight per pound?
Yeah, that's right. That's right, Joey. I mean, I see it time and time again, and I'm real skeptical of when I see if when I see 2 or 3 fish together. I'm skeptical. Probably gonna be a white bass. My thing is I mainly look for that single fish, and a lot of times that's what you see. Black Smoke says I'm still the pole dancer. That's funny. Uh-oh, Craig say he got him some homegrown strawberries.
Oh, cool. Pie.
Yes, sir. That's what's up. Tommy, Lake Houston crappie are different. You just got to go and chase them. Yep, no doubt. And a lot of people that I mean, it's like Steve. He's came down. He's fished Conroe uh,
Yeah.
one time, but you gotta come experience Lake Houston so you won't think that I'm a crazy man over here always talking about how tough that lake is. That lake is different, man. I'm gonna tell you, it
Yeah.
is. It's a different lake.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
start
fun.
doing my hubs tomorrow. So
It's fun to
yeah,
fish, but it is work. JR says SK Flopping Crappie has some good Gorman vids on SI and DI. That's what's up. Yep. Joey says, I think a big piece of SK success is the willingness to accept what the fish are saying quickly. My biggest issue is holding out too long with what isn't working. Let me read that again. And Joey has fished with me, and I'm gonna tell you, and we've talked about this before when we talked about uh tournament fishing between me and Bluegill. Bluegill hate fishing with me because I move very fast and just like Joey said right there. Uh oh, what happened? Okay, hold on a minute. All right, here we go. I somehow hit my chat. I couldn't see it. You know, being able to make those changes, or being willing to make changes quickly, willing to move quickly, and that makes a big difference. That makes a big difference. Some people will sit there and see, and I have clients tell me, "Oh, let me give him one more shot." My thing is, if you drop down on a fish and he don't hit it that first time, your chances of catching him are greatly reduced. So a lot of times, if I get that fish away from the structure with clients or with myself, if I don't get that fish to engage, I'm going to the next fish. And I have so many clients. Oh no, let me drop back down there and try this and try that and try it. And hey, man, it's your time. I'll back us up. Let's try it again. But I find that moving on is the best way to get more fish in the boat. Murdoch says the hospital I work for recognized me today for 25 years of service with a
Wagyu. Yeah.
wagyu chuck roast. Oh man,
Oh, that's
was
cool.
it good? Never had no wagyu beef. It looks more like a big piece of chicken, almost white.
Yeah.
So how was the flavor? I mean, I hear that
Yeah. I
it's
don't
really
think
good.
he got it today, so I don't think he cooked it yet.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that was maybe cooked already.
No, no. It was probably just
Have you ever ate it?
yeah. I ate wagyu before. It's good.
Really?
Yep.
I mean
Rib eyes.
you can tell it's different.
Oh yeah, it's like butter.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Real tender, huh?
You don't even. You can cut it with the fork. Yeah, a steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, the marbling's like real a lot like real white.
Huh.
Yeah.
So does it have heavier fat content? Is that what it is?
It's got the fat's like different. It even sears different than a
Wow.
regular steak. Yeah, it's weird.
Uh,
That's my
huh.
best. I the ribeye was the best, but I like the fillet, man. The fillet is good too. Just the
Huh.
fillet is expensive.
Yeah. That's what's up. Rick says, Joey, I think that most of us have that issue. I know I do sometimes. Yep. Murdoch says, think I'm just gonna pot roast it.
Yeah, that's good.
I was thinking it was cooked already. I was gonna say, hey, did you?
Show us some.
Yeah. Craig says, won't know the price until hanging. Pretty high right now. Yeah, for that
Okay.
beef, man. Even on the hoof, cows are
Yeah.
expensive
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Joey says that Murdoch, that's a fatty beef with a ton of flavor. Slow cooked, that thing will throw a uh slow cooked, that thing will throw a stew unlike anything you've ever had.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sounds like that's what he's gonna do. Slow cook it.
Yeah.
I even had a wagyu brisket I bought at HEB.
Huh.
Yep.
Super cool. That's what's up. When you plan on getting back out, Steve?
My boat's gonna be down. I'm doing my brake actuator. I ordered some brake lines, and then I'm gonna do all my hubs, bearings. I'm gonna do that hybrid. I'm gonna start that tomorrow. So I want to go Friday. So we'll,
Uh-huh.
but I think one of the depends on the parts I get tomorrow if I can get that brake stuff together. That's
Yeah.
what's gonna. I don't need brakes, but if I'm not gonna put it together and then have to take it apart.
Right.
Yeah. So I want to go Friday. That's the plan.
Cool. Cool.
Because it's going to rain starting tomorrow morning at 7 and rain till Friday at 7. So as soon as that
7
rain
a.m. or
clears, yep,
7 8. Okay.
7 a.m. to 7 a.m.
Yeah.
So as soon as that rain stops Friday, I'm on.
Cool.
If it's
Yeah.
drizzling, I'll go when it's drizzling. I'm not afraid. Just the thunder and lightning.
Yeah. Yeah. I may have to go do me some driving, man, to try to find me find me another lake that
Oh yeah.
that I can fish when I
I
don't
don't.
know.
I drive up to 2 hours. Don't bother me. Anything over
Yeah,
that, yeah.
that bothers me.
Oh,
It bothers me. That's a nice hike. Yeah, I like it under an hour.
yeah.
I saw the fight go on the Conroe.
What's that? An hour?
Yeah, about an hour 10.
Yeah.
Yep. If I leave at the wrong time, it's an hour getting to Lake Houston.
Yeah.
Just traffic. Yes, sir. Chris say he stays on inactive fish way too long. It's a psychological problem I'm getting help with. Yes, sir. Miss Stephanie says, congratulations at Murdoch. You must work for a good hospital. Most hospitals didn't recognize Nurses Week. So congratulations.
Man.
Wow. Joey says, I'm taking bets on if Steve pulls a limit his first time on
I've seen
Houston.
a lot of limits coming out of Houston. SK was getting them regularly. Yeah.
Yeah, but man, let me tell you, it's some work.
Yeah.
It ain't easy. Tommy says, guys, SK is a true master on Gorman equipment, but I have seen him run active target too in tough conditions. Just conditions put just as many crappie in the boat. Truly amazing talent. Yeah, and it's you know we always talk about Gorman Live Scope, but at the same time, just about every time we do, I always say that if you got active target, if you got uh Mega Live, you can still catch these fish. It's just that you don't get to see what you get to see on Gorman as you do with active target and mega live. But it's my thing is with live scope, you just have to put in your mind that the first thing you got to do is find the fish. The second thing you got to do is know your target range. The third thing is get your fish to the target range. Then four is when it all come together. Put your jig in that cone and drop straight to that fish. Four things. You do those four things in that order, you'll put fish in your boat. But to get that jig in the cone, you have to put the work in to know where to drop it,
Yep.
whether it's on a pole or on your troll motor. You just have to be determined to make it work. And it's like I say all the time, it is not easy. Oh, look a hill, would you? Look a hill. What's going on, man?
Hey,
Well,
what's up, man?
just getting out of work.
Oh
Just
man,
getting off
driving
work.
home.
Be out for the gas. Just got some gas for the drive to the high.
Oh man.
I said, look. I said, let me see if they still on real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, yeah. That's what's
Just
up, man.
up in for a hot minute. Cause by the time I get home from Pasadena, y'all might be off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think we're over an hour already,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Over an
yeah.
hour.
Yep. What you
But
been up to, man?
mud man working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need water.
What you do?
That's
12 hours today?
Yeah, 12 hours.
Yeah.
I've been since 10 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
ooh. I remember them days, man.
Yep. I
Hey,
remember, man.
there was some days that 14, 16 hours was right there. I mean, it was just right there. I mean, it's just what you got to do sometimes. So
That's it. That's it. That's part of the game. Got to work.
that's
Yep.
part of the
Yep.
game,
Don't
without a
work. Don't.
doubt.
Yep.
That's right. That's right. You got to stack up for that rainy day too. So
Sir, I'll let y'all get back to it. If I
All
get
right,
home,
man.
jump on it when I get to the high.
Okay.
okay, yeah, we'll be off, but you
Yeah.
can hit me up if you want.
Okay.
All
Good,
right,
man.
hey,
All
be
right,
careful out
man.
there, brother.
All right.
Yeah, I later.
All right, later.
I'm gonna get a water real quick.
All right. 713 Fishing says, try Somerville. I've been trying to get to that lake for a while. Uh, it's just that it don't excite me to make that drive up there. Yeah, I've fished Somerville before. Never, I boated it one time, but I was with somebody else. So Tommy says, SK, you need to drive up here in Kansas. Come show these guys how to catch them. I'd love to. I'd love to. Tell me how you've been faring with the weather. How's it going with the weather up there? Tim says, yes, it's rich like a homemade cheesecake. And yeah, Steve, Snake Farms way up Wagyu from Idaho is the best. Okay. That's what's up. Murdoch says they don't do that much, Stephanie. I'm the only provider that's been there anywhere close to that long. I didn't even know they were doing it. Somebody just showed up at my office with it. That's super cool though. 25 years is a long time, man. But that just tells me that you're good at what you do and you enjoy it, without a doubt. Joey says, I thought it looked easy my first time watching it, watching him too. Yes, sir, buddy. Craig says, what's the most fish caught on one jig and what color? I've never kept track of it, but the black diamond, man, there's been a lot of, I don't know. I can't tell you that question. I can't answer that question. But there's been some times when I'll get on a streak and that jig that color pattern just works, and I'll get 3 or 4 trips in on a plastic, and it's just various colors, various colors. I'm not faithful to any crappie jig color. I will tell you that. I am not faithful to a jig color. Miss Stephanie says that was a very nice and good thing to do for you at Murdoch. After 25 years, you deserve it, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. A lot of shout outs to LBG. Miss Stephanie hollered at Murdoch. Yep, everybody shouting out LBG. Mr. Tommy says, let's all make sure to hit that thumbs up. Much appreciated, Tommy. And I'd appreciate if you guys would. He say LBG don't fall asleep at the wheel. Oh, you say it's been horrible and muddy, guys, but expect it to calm down after
Yeah.
the wind stops been an average of 25, 35 all spring. Wow.
Mm.
Wow. Yeah. JR giving Murdoch a congrats. So he
Yep.
had 47 years when he retired.
Oh man.
That's a long time.
Yep.
That's a long time. And JR's been going fishing every chance he's been able to get
Yep.
since he retired. Tommy says all our lakes are hazardous in the windy conditions, and the fish are hard to stay on. Stay on them. Unpleasant for weekend anglers.
Mm.
Yeah, I can only imagine because not only do you have to deal with the wind and the hazards, you got to deal with all the recreational people that
Yep.
are out there ripping
Yep.
and running. Mr. Evans, LBG already fell asleep.
Mm.
Joey says at Craig Rule, one of SK's old videos shows his hand tied box. You'll see he's a fan of any color of the rainbow. They'll bite. Yep, yep, no doubt. And it's just like my plastic bag, man. It's just I don't have a favorite color because I know once I fall for that, and I see it with so many people, they'll be like, "Oh man, this is my best color." I usually always catch them on this color. Well, you should have usually changed that jig if it's not working. And it's just something I've learned over the years. I've seen that I'm very articulate, and I just pick up on stuff like that when and when you go out there, I'm gonna tell you, years ago, I used to get skunked a lot. I just never gave up.
All right.
Never gave up. But once I get something through this thick skull, it's hard to make me believe something else. So I'm not saying that I'm always right, but I keep at it until I figure it out. So, but it is what it is. Fishing 14 says, y'all, you need to come to Missouri, Truman Lake, and Lake Ozark.
Yeah, I've been to Missouri. I fished Branson. Fished Branson before. I want to go to Truman.
Was that? Did you do a Wally tournament?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
About a 10-hour drive.
Wow.
Yep.
Super Dave dropping my contact information in case any of you guys need to get in contact with me. Book that trip of a lifetime. Joey says, I hate to say it, but I'm ready for the days that you hit the water before the sun to beat the
Oh
heat. Yep,
yeah.
it's coming.
Yep.
It is coming. Yep. I'm hoping that this circle that's going around the globe coming from the west don't turn to the south and we have a bunch of hurricanes coming at us. Yeah, that next system that's out there in the Atlantic, it's looking like it may turn into a hurricane before it hit California. Maybe. I hadn't heard them talk about it, but just me looking at the radar way over yonder, look like it has potential to turn into a hurricane. Craig says hanging weight will be over $8 a pound.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Wow. But that's the good stuff. It's like fresh caught fish. I mean,
Yep, yep.
it's 713 they say colors catch fishermen.
Yep, yep, yep.
Did catching ever get a better connection? I hadn't talked to him
Yeah, I
since.
haven't talked to
Well, I
him
take that.
recently either.
Yeah, I take that back. I talked to him a few days after he
Mhm.
came on, and he was saying that it was something with his phone, this and
Yeah.
that, but I hadn't heard
Yeah,
much
'cause
of.
I don't think he was using Wi-Fi, and I thought it was just his phone signal.
Yeah, I think it was just his phone, and he's sort of in the sticks out there where he stay at. So Miss Stephanie says I found out differently about using same color real quickly. Yep,
Yep, Table Rock. Yep, that was
yep.
the lake.
Joey says, SK, did you find the more favorable condition in the East Fork? I stuck to Lucy and feel like I should have tried the river instead. Man, I fished everywhere. I even went in Lucy's also. Uh, and I just tried to stay away from that mud line. Where that mud line was, when I first, I put an hour in, a solid hour in before my clients got there. And it was mostly in the river, but that mud line that caught me. And after that mud hit, I never even seen a fish. So I mostly ran from that mud line, and the mouth of the river, the mouth of the bayou is where we got most of all our fish from. Yep, and out of the current, low pockets behind points, and that was key. Miss Stephanie says it's gonna hit 87 degrees there tomorrow
Oh,
or
cool.
Sunday. So she said Sunday.
Yep.
Murdoch says I'm thinking we in for a hot summer. I'll tell you what, man, that humidity after all of this rain is a
Yeah, I
is
think
a
it's gonna
tough
be
one.
hot.
Just feels like one of
Yeah.
them years is gonna be hot. Oh, okay. Joey says he did Super Dave, but not near Houston. Yeah, catching something else with that, not near Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, Miss Stephanie, I agree too. JR says Joey Tuesday at East Fork was too windy and didn't find many in shallows and river. Murdoch says I'd love to hear some of Ketchen's thoughts. What that guy does from the bank is impressive. Yep.
Yeah.
At the same time, he like we're saying that moving. I fish with Ketchen, and me and him could fish together all day because we do the same thing. If he hit one dock and it's not working, guess what? He's not only not only going to a different dock on that lake, but going to a different lake, going to a
Right.
different area, and it's a lot of work. Uh, and it's no different with the way we do this stuff on the lake
Yep, yep.
in a boat. Just moving to put that work in to find out what an active fish are, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Yeah, Jr. I think you. What time did you leave Tuesday? You must have left pretty early. But I did. I kept my clients out probably hour and a half, 2 hours over my normal ending time, just to you know they was having so much fun, man. It is so cool to see people that really enjoy putting a good box of fish together. One thing else that I see too is usually when it's a husband wife team, we have to really almost beg the wife to get up there. But once they get up there and catch their first fish, it is on after that. They gonna argue about who gonna catch the next fish. and I've just seen that, and it happens a lot. Craig says I used my 7 foot Fluger ultralight rod Sunday on a few crappie. Feels like pulling in a tank. That's what's up. Okay, so you left right after noon. Yeah, yeah. Joey says I did manage to pull my PB white bass today. Man, it's been some big white bass that's just been sitting on top of some of that structure. I'm talking about some big ones.
I had a huge catfish. Oh man, I don't know how big he was, but I couldn't
Uh-huh.
even pull him.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he came off. I was like, I didn't want him up anyway. I saw him on the structure. He was just on top, just sitting there.
Yeah.
And I was like, man. I was playing with him. He wouldn't bite it. Then he started going deep in that brush pile, and I had
Uh-huh.
that jig down, and he just nailed it.
Yeah.
Little inch and a half bait, big old
Yep.
catfish. Yep,
Yep. Elephants eat peanuts.
yep, yep.
Yep. Yeah, Joey, I'm telling you, man, those and I'm gonna tell you, not always, but a lot of times I'll drop past the fish at the very top because they're usually gonna be white bass. And they will sit there still, but once you get a lot of times once you get their attention, they'll do that quick turn and they're gonna turn away from the bait and then they'll come back to it. And that's automatic. If they're doing that quick turning and you can see it on live scope, it's definitely gonna be a white bass. They turn really quick. That's one of the biggest things that I see that they do that other fish don't do. Murdoch says, enjoy it, fellas. I'm going to call it a night. It's been a rough week. Well,
Yep.
Murdoch, you
Take
get
care,
yourself
man.
a good night's sleep, man. Get your mom's place taken care of and
Yep.
be safe doing it because you can also get hurt doing the cleanup
Oh
work. So
yeah,
just be careful, man, and
yeah.
just be
Take care
thankful
yourself.
that nobody got hurt. J Dub says, SK, I checked my auto inflatable life jacket today after owning them for over 2 years, and they were both in the red.
Oh wow.
Check your life jackets without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, and there's a date on the cartridge too. I don't know
exactly.
how many years
Well,
it is.
with the Onyx, it's on that little tab. It's a little
Oh,
yellow,
okay.
yeah, that yellow peel.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, got to check them. Yep. Craig says going to take two great grandsons fishing Sunday. That will be fun.
Oh yeah.
Miss Stephanie says, "What do most of you prefer? Inflatables? Most definitely, I prefer
Yeah.
inflatable or
Yeah.
regular life jacket, old school, basically.
I got the manual and automatic.
Yeah, yeah. I have both too, but man, it's just so much more comfortable with the inflatable.
Yeah.
And 90% of the time, when the clients get out of my boat, I have to remind them to hand me to take their life jacket off
Trying to
because
go
they
home with
forget.
it.
Yeah, no, they just forget. It's that comfortable. You just forget that it's on. And I've
Yep.
even had some clients that are like, "Oh, I can swim. I don't need no life jacket." Now, if you get on this boat, you're gonna have a
Yeah.
life jacket on. So just put it on and give it five
Yep.
minutes, and you won't even notice that it's on.
Yep.
Without a doubt. Miss Stephanie says, "Thank you." There's Torque. What's going on, my
Hey,
man?
what's up, Torque?
Steve, I'm not sure about you, brother, but
Yeah, I'm
man,
beat. I've been
I'm beat,
at it all
and
day.
yeah, and I think I'm myself gonna hold off this week on doing a
Yeah.
giveaway, and it's up to you if you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to do
We'll
one.
make it up next week.
Yeah, we'll make it up
Yeah.
next week.
Yep.
So, yep. Miss Joey said I prefer my Onyx all day. Miss
Yep.
Stephanie, I agree. I totally agree. But guys, we really do appreciate everybody that came
Yep.
on today. Steve,
Yep.
LBG, he's not here. Uh, uh, Big Big Les said that he was going to come on tonight. I figured he was going to be asleep, but
Right. Yep.
We appreciate everybody that came on. And we're gonna get out of here. Super Dave, brother. Trying to keep these not trying to do the full 2 hours like we used
Right.
to, brother. So I know that that helps you a lot. Go ahead and get
Yep.
yourself into bed. And Slick, much appreciated. Everybody that joined us and participated tonight, man, I'm gonna tell you,
Yep.
it helps the show go by. And I even learned from just the reading some of the stuff and
Yep.
conversating, and that's what it's all about. But
Yep. Appreciate it, Joey.
for sure, guys, be sure to wear your PFDs
Yep.
out there, especially if you're fishing Lake Houston. Man, there's still a lot of stuff out there barely under the surface.
Yep.
Please be careful out there so you don't damage your boat, or even worse, hurt yourself or
Yep.
one of your family members.
Yep. Yep.
But as we always say, we will see you guys next week. Same time, same flavor.
Yep.
Peace.
Take care.